Okay, so I get this left turn lamp out. There's your indicator, and this is a Chevy Uplander. $8? Are you kidding me? That's highway robbery. In this picture, you can really see the green corrosion on the right side of the connector. Yeah, the contact pin on the top in this picture shows some pitting. Pitting's probably caused by not fitting tight in the socket. After cleaning these connectors, I'm just prying them open a little bit here so that they fit tight in the socket. Okay, so the connector pins on the bulb are all cleaned up and it's ready to go back together now. And the socket's cleaned up about as good as I can get it. When you go to put this back together, if you put some of this bulb grease on, it's a dielectric grease, it seals out moisture and helps prevent future corrosion. So a little grease and a little cleanup, and go back and get my $8 back for the bulb. So there you go. It's a 2-filament bulb, like a parking light and turn signal. With your meter set on ohms, you just test for resistance across each filament. You should get a real low resistance reading as long as your filament is good, less than 4 or 5 ohms. It's another 2 filament bulb with an older style base. With this older style of bulb, one side of each filament is actually connected right to that metal base, and then the other sides are brought out to the electrical contacts on the bottom there. So to test this style, you just hold one of your probes right on the base, and then you use the other probe across each filament individually. This is just a single filament bulb. There's just 2 pins coming down through that glass. It's used for things like side marker, dome lights, courtesy lights. The LED bulbs are actually made up of stacks of individual LEDs, or in this case LED pairs. We call them LED bulbs, but they're not bulbs at all. They're replacements for bulbs. LEDs are actually semiconductors, a diode. Unlike a filament, a diode only conducts electricity in one direction, so your polarity is very important. This type of diode produces light when electricity is flowing through it. So that's why we call them LEDs. They're light emitting diodes. Testing for resistance isn't going to yield you much useful information. Even when you set up to test diodes, it doesn't produce anything. It makes you wonder if your meter is working or not. But with a single component diode set up properly, it works. And reverse polarity, no light, just as expected. So it could be done, but it's sure not very efficient use of your time. Seemed to me like a better idea if we just hook a battery up to it.